Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Jewel and Arit here.
Hello.
And welcome to the Essetino Weekly Mastermind, episode number 127?
Yes.
Question mark.
Question mark? Maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes we lose track of the numbers here.
Welcome everybody to another Thursday Weekly Mastermind live stream. My name is Arit. This is Jewel, and we're founders of Essetino Media, where we help you create profitable content so you can make more money doing what you love. You can create the content that you're passionate about, and also so you can interact with other like-minded entrepreneurs and content creators as well in this live stream. I was just going to ask you, what was the last?
It's actually episode 128.
And you said 127?
Yeah.
So it's all good.
You know, I'm pretty sure it might even be in the 30s, like 130 something. Because we started
Counting
this
the
from,
previous
because
ones.
like, you never know, you might duplicate some.
Over 100. A lot of live streams.
All right. So today's topic, we'll be talking about the new wave that's happening. It's like AI generated content. You might have seen it around. We're going to share our thoughts and what we think about it and create a discussion, just chat with you guys about it. What we want to know your thoughts, what you think about it. But before we do that, let's say hello to some people, but at the same time, sharing some wins for the week. We like to go off of this initial energy so that it spreads to everyone and we live off of it for a week. So share your wins for the week.
That's right. So post in the comments something that went well this past week, something you're proud of, something you got checked off. You guys know the drill. A lot of you guys know the drill who I know a lot of you come and attend these sessions weekly. So put them in the comments for us. Let us know what happened this past week.
All right. And no worries, Lisa. Thanks so much. Have a good night. We've got Liat on the stream here. She says,
Liat.
Good evening, all.
Good evening.
And Facebook user
Monica. Hi, Monica.
That's Monica. Nice. Hey, Monica, how's it going? Share a win for the week. We've got Timothy. Timothy's asking how we are.
Pretty good, Timothy. It's been a productive week, I would say. All of the daily and weekly habits that I wanted to put into place all came into play this week. The first week was a little rocky, to be honest, but I'm feeling pretty good about this week. How about you?
Yeah, so I started implementing more fitness because I was lacking on you get kind of stagnant. What happens when you lose weight and stuff and you're like, oh, I lost a bunch of weight, so I'm good now. I don't need to work out as hard.
Yeah.
But I want to take it to the next phase of fitness for myself. And I just want to incorporate, 2 more workout sessions. And I have, and it's really interesting because one of the new sessions was yoga, and I hadn't done yoga in years, like maybe 3 or 4 years. And we were doing yoga, and first of all, it was like hot yoga, which I didn't know that I signed up for. They didn't really explain that part.
They specialize in far infrared heat, like doing all different kinds of classes in that infrared
which
heat.
is good.
It's good for your body
because you sweat more and
you're
stuff.
Detoxing at the same time. You're strengthening and stretching and lengthening, so it's good.
Yeah, and just getting back into it. It was like yoga is for anybody who does yoga. It's a total workout. You might not think it is when you don't know anything about it and you're just like doing all these poses and stuff. But man, like Warrior 2 and Warrior 1, and you're just like, she's telling you to hold it, and you're just like bending your leg, and it's shaking, and it's like,
and you're dying.
Whoa. Yeah, so I added
sweating.
2 new workout sessions this week, and I'm feeling it physically because you don't really realize it when you add those. It's just like 1 hour. It's like I added 2 hours of workout in the week, and I'm feeling like way more tired. So I need to acclimate myself into the more physical activity. But it's good. It's good. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. And we have Noelle here. Hello, Noelle.
You got my attention with AI.
Yeah. So we'll show you guys a little bit of what it is, because some of you don't necessarily know what we're talking about. Yeah. What is the AI revolution, right?
Who is it?
Yeah, who is it? We'll talk about that in a bit here. It's a very interesting topic, and it's causing a lot of turmoil, and discussion in the industry, content creation industry.
Braden's asking, how is everyone?
Hi,
Let
Braden.
them know how you are. And we've got Jojo in the house. Hey, Jojo, how's it going?
Jojo.
And Felix. Hey, Felix.
Hi, Felix.
Oh, did it not show on screen? Oh, there it is. And people are saying hello. Timothy said,
okay, we have a win. I blew the doors off my weekly financial goals for the past 2 weeks.
Nice.
That's always a good thing. So you surpassed them, exceeded them. That's amazing, Timothy. A great, strong start to the new year, to 2023, right? I'm
cool.
sure the course has to do with that as well. You're doing a great job on that course and course sales. We have Phil. Did we say hello to Phil? Phil's in the house.
Hello. Hey, Phil. How's it going? And a big win for Raiden was a lovely surprise from Jewel and Arita. Thank you again. No worries. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah. Keep it a secret.
I parlayed my live stream with you guys into, I know. So Noelle's win for this past week was that he actually got to be, I don't know if it already happened or not, but you told us that you were invited to speak on a cable TV show to talk about taxes and be interviewed. And I know last year or earlier at some point, we were telling you, get on more interviews, do more of these things, be a guest on other people's shows. And that's so cool that it's not just, a YouTube live stream, it's a cable TV show. That's amazing.
That's so cool. So he was a guest on TV, and that for sure is going to give you street cred.
And Noelle, I haven't checked my messages yet, but I messaged you saying, let me know the name of the show, give me the logo, all that good stuff, because that could go on your landing page or on your website for your course and just create more leverage. People always want to see that credibility.
That's so cool. All right. People are saying hello to each other. We've got Tracy in the house. Good evening, Tracy. Everyone. Just 2 subs away from 3K. That's a great way to start off 2023, right? 2023, 3K.
Yeah. Amazing. Hello, Monica.
Monica says, I don't know, and I'm not on board yet. I'm sure she is referring to the AI revolution and generated content that is currently happening right now in full force. It's like, well, I won't say too much, but we'll get to that. People are saying congrats as seen on TV.
Yes.
That's a good one. Yeah. Has any of those products ever been good? Like the as seen on TV products, has anyone ever bought one that
I'm not sure.
actually live to the hype?
A lot of them are gimmicky. I mean, I did use, there was way back. I don't even remember what year this was, but it was called the Ab Flex. And it was like this triangular thing.
And it was like this.
And no, you push it against your abs, and it's like a core. It's a core. Are you
sitting or standing?
Either one. I don't remember.
Is it like a spring?
Kinda. Yeah, it's a spring. Yeah. And that definitely did work the abs, but I didn't use it for very long. That's for sure.
I remember the one where it was like it helps you do crunches, the bar thing where it's like shaped to do like a rolling thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if that works.
Well,
definitely helps you do the abs easier.
For sure. Okay, let's get into talking about this topic. Yeah, a lot of you guys are mentioning AI stuff. The craze with AI is something that is a sore spot with me as far as AI portraits, artwork. The AI generators are making an aggregate of real artists' work. This is nothing short of copyright infringement.
I know. It's crazy. It's I'm seeing a lot of artists in particular get upset over AI generated content because it has to derive from somewhere. So let's just explain what it is first, because some people may not even know.
Okay. So what's happening right now is there are tools and platforms being created that you're able to just type something in and it will generate full blog posts for you, full ebooks, full website copy, content, landing page copy, email copy. When I say copy, it's the messaging, right? It's the text
words,
as well as the artwork side of things, like being able to generate full-blown images, and it's being done through an AI, and the AI is pretty sophisticated. So it's not like just, you're typing a topic and the content is very generically written. You can actually tell it to write something in a witty manner or in the same voice as Gary Vee, and it's very
unlimited,
very intricately. Yeah, that I'll show it to you in a second. And they have full-on templates for all different types of things, and it produces unique content. So there's
basically, I was going to say, what it is in its most simplest form, it's a computer, it's a smart computer that will generate stuff for you that you tell it to. And right now, you need to get good, if you want to use it well, you need to get good at asking the AI really good questions for it to spit out what you want. And right now, it's being able to generate any type of content. So far, it hasn't done, from what I've seen, it hasn't done video yet. It's mainly like written and images.
Yeah.
So like digital art, it can be just like all different kinds of digital art. Yeah. And that's basically what it is, and is sweeping the world right now.
So the reason why it is, it's causing a lot of turmoil, because there's all this stuff around, well, what is unique content anymore? What is original content if it's being generated by an AI, and creativity is going down the drain? And like Timothy mentioned as well about copyright infringement, and it's pulling from everything. It's pulling from everything on the World Wide Web to create this kind of content.
It's kind of like a Google.
Kind of, but let me show you an example here. So I'm just going to share the screen. One of the ones that I've played around with is called Jasper. And just put in the comments, guys, are you familiar with Jasper or with this particular, or maybe you're familiar with another tool? If so, put in the comments.
The free main one right now is the Chat GPT. I personally haven't used it. Jasper is a paid one, and we've been playing around with it very lightly. Haven't done anything with artwork or anything like that. So, mainly text.
Yeah. So you can see here all of these templates, right? So you can give it a prompt and it will give out engaging questions. For example, if you wanted to use that in your Facebook groups or in your live streams, you can summarize content. You'll just paste a bunch of text and it'll give you bullet points from that content. You can, ask it to give you an intro paragraph for a blog post. You basically type in the title and it will spit that out for you. And it's pulling from
the internet.
And if it doesn't know about a topic, it will the more information you give it, the better the content that it spits out will be. So yeah, you could see here email subject lines, different things, right? And there's a really cool feature here where it's like you can ask it a question and it will spit out any sort of answer which you can use as then content for a social post or your website or whatever. Like you can see here, the example that it says is write a country song in the style of Willie Nelson. I wonder what that will spit out. Let's see, just for kicks. Write a country song in the style of Willie Nelson. I've never used it. I didn't even know it did songwriting.
About cats, isn't it? So it's just giving you an example of how unique you can go with asking it questions and stuff. And
check that out.
Just right there, it wrote a song about cats in the style of Willie Nelson. It's pretty crazy. I will say from playing around with it, let's maybe stop sharing.
Yeah.
Like I said, we've used it very, very lightly. And from playing around with it, it's not perfect. I'm sure that over time it will get way more developed and be really crazy with what it can do.
Yeah.
It's definitely a good starting point for it, but it's still like when I ask it to write a social media post, I was just playing around with it, and you guys know that I did a Jurassic Park themed party for my nephew, and I was just seeing what will it do. So I'm like, write a Facebook post about me doing a Jurassic Park themed party for my nephew. And the answer, the what it came up with, in my opinion, wasn't very good. And so I didn't end up using it. It does better with like emails, but it still needs to be tweaked. So it's still very generic, in my opinion. You still need to add your personality, some tweaks and stuff. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I for some things, I agree with you that it can spit out quite generic content, but for other things, it's not generic content. It gets very because you can tell it the style of the voice that you want it to write in, and just based on that, it adds its own personality. But I agree with you, like it doesn't know your particular personality. It's not
yet.
Yeah, it's not gonna be able to write an email in the voice of Essetino Media and how we talk to you guys. Like it doesn't know that yet. Maybe in the future it will. I mean, I can see this getting pretty sophisticated. And yeah, like Noelle said, it's scary amazing. So it's like, and that's what's causing the turmoil about it is, it is kind of scary that a lot of the content we might see online now is just spit out by an AI.
Which is already happening. There was a pretty big YouTuber who did a tweet, and it was like top 7 ways to, it was something cool, like something beneficial, top 7 something about procrastination, something like that, or trying to get stuff done, trying to be a useful post. And it was like his most retweeted, liked tweet. And then he later reveals that was written by an AI.
Yeah.
And he's like a major YouTuber, and he just wanted to show like...
What was the reaction of people after he revealed that?
I don't know about that. I can't. I just remember someone telling me about that, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's like, yes, there is the copyright, because people are... It's pulling from the internet, but that's individuals' hard work. It is nothing short of theft or intellectual property. And it's like, it's a tough subject because it's doing it so fast and it's more centralized and it's more easy now. Whereas, I mean, when you go and look at someone's art and you go and replicate it, it's kind of like the same, like it's already happening, but now it's like through AI. Do you know what I mean? Like it's all like
you're saying,
like nothing's new.
Yeah,
in
you're
the
saying
world. Like nothing is new. We're all replicating.
A piece of art is already influenced by your favorite artist, or is that what you're saying? Like,
yeah,
you
like
already have some sort of
this is all
references that you put
we
into
are
that artwork.
all like the ideas are all being used over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's a great debate. What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Do you think it's something that you would use, number one? And number two, you know, where do you stand, yay or nay, with AI generated content? I know some of you have already mentioned, but if you haven't, please put it in the chat. So Braden says, I played with the AI generator on Canva, and honestly, I don't think it's going to be much of a threat for a while, but the real threat is the art theft. Yeah, I haven't played
used it for the art
much with artwork. Yeah, I've played with it for email subject headlines, but you know, there's like with the text kind of stuff, but not with the artwork. I haven't even seen that side of things.
I've seen some people testing it out, and it's pretty crazy. It's some things, it's like hit and miss. It can be good, it cannot be good. I've watched some.
So how does that work, first of all? For those of us who don't know, like, do you put in a topic of an image that you want to see?
So you just say
it?
Like you just type in exactly what you want to see.
In an image.
I want to see a lizard on top of a donut in space.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And they'll give you the image.
Put it together.
Like as a stock image,
as one image.
As in like a...
I think you have to choose the style, but I've seen it's more like a graphic digital design.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen it as a photo yet. Yeah, it's more like an illustration.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it's pretty crazy to think that something like that can be done. I haven't played with that. I've been listening to a lot of major entrepreneurs who are in this game, and I always reference Alex Hormozi. And he recently did a video saying that, and I recommend you guys watching it to see a different side of AI, because he's like, it's not going away. It's going to be here, and it's only going to get more robust. And either you're on board with it or you're not, because it's here. It's already here. Like everybody, it's now mainstream with what's going on in the news and stuff. And I think it has been here for a bit, but now it's just really just become viral. It's the new gold rush. Yeah. And now there's all this stuff coming out about it, like how to make money with AI, like how to use AI to create things to make money. So in the example, he's like, in the future, you will be able to type in something like, talking to the AI and say something like, create a $10 million company. And then he said that eventually this AI will write the code and what it is. Plan. Yeah, a business plan of what is needed to do the $10 million company.
Wow.
And I think there's already a story that's out that's something similar to that, where something was written in code and it like made a bunch of money or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think as with any platform or tool, it's all in how you use it. You know, what are you doing with that information? Are you going to completely be a fraud and just like, you can literally put up a profile on a social network or just be a brand with this kind of AI and just use all of the content from the AI? It's not truly coming from you as a brand, right? Or are you using it more like templates where, for example, it already knows the formula for good email subject headlines. So it's helpful in a sense for your email marketing, right? And that's why there's so much debate on this. It's a lot of gray area.
So do you think it's good or bad?
well, that's what I mentioned. Like it just really depends on
how you use it,
how you're using it. Yeah. It feels weird, right? It has this like kind of uneasy feeling about it, but at the same time, it can be very helpful and exciting. As for written content, some people love it. Some people find it's more work to sort out the content than it would have been creating it. Yeah, and I've experienced that, just playing around with the text side of things. You have to kind of massage the output, the content that it gives you. You still have to kind of massage it, put your own twist on it, and make sure what it's saying is correct as well, right? Especially if you're posting it from you have to make sure the validity is okay. I just find it funny how people just expect to put something in and like, yep, that's it, use it,
And people are going to do that.
I think it'll get to that point. Yeah, it'll, and people already are doing that. I'm just saying it'll get to a point where, if you do have a higher standard for what content you want it to output, it will produce it pretty well. It's just going to get more sophisticated, like you said, Alex was talking about.
Yeah, he was basically saying, use it to your advantage because it's a new tool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hello, By Chance TV. Welcome.
I agree and I disagree. I'm just kind of playing around with it. I mainly use it for ideas, to give me ideas for things. And I've used it very lightly.
Yeah. Noel says he's been using the chat, similar to what I showed you guys, to crank out video ideas and writing prompts. Yeah, the video ideas is actually, it's quite handy. I mean, if you can give it a pretty specific topic, and tell it, sort of this, who the content is for, like the audience, it can really output some pretty cool things. What is Chat GPT? What kind of benefits we can get?
It's basically an AI generated chat type thing, and you can I would recommend watching some videos on it that explain it, but it's basically all of what we've been talking about.
So yeah, that's just GPT is a different tool, right? But earlier in this live stream, we showed you the chat of Jasper. So if you go back a little bit, Chance TV, you'll see what we're talking about. You're literally giving it a prompt in the chat and it spits out this content, AI generated content for you.
The main issue is theft, and until the legality is sorted out, it shouldn't be used. The rest shouldn't matter. Yeah, I'm interested to see if, there will be laws on this type of thing, if it will get taken down, or, stuff like, like social media in China is banned,
I mean, back when people were posting videos on YouTube, or in the earlier days, they were using other people's content. People still do it now, but nobody knew what the copyright laws were for this. It was just such a gray area. And people still kept doing it. And over time, eventually YouTube and these other platforms got a little bit more clear on what copyright infringement is when it comes to that kind of thing. So I think we'll see the same thing with AI, it's still in its baby years. So Rafina, hello. Yes, the future is here. Very specific software does exist combined with specific techniques that produce completely realistic content for whatever purpose you want.
Yeah, you got to get, it's definitely working the brain to figure out good questions to ask it. The better you can get at asking it questions, the better output you can get from it.
Yeah, it's almost like a refinement process sometimes when you're giving it a question. So write me an email on YouTube growth, right? And then it'll spit out that content. And if it's not necessarily what you want, you can ask it to give you other versions of it. And then you almost need to take that output, put it back into the AI with a little bit of new information, like make it in a witty style or something like that. And it's it's the refinement process, right? It'll output something new from there. The AI gets better with the better content that you feed it. And that's part of like me just reading about, using it and stuff. It's they very much stress, at least on the Jasper side of things, I don't know about other tools, that it's really about giving it better prompts, feeding it better information, and doing that sort of refinement process to really get something that you're happy with.
Bill says I would use it if I was at school to do my homework.
Write me a paper or an essay on
I know.
13th century fashion. I don't know.
I was so bad in high school. I would just ask my friends, like, hey, what are the answers for this?
Yeah. AI, yay. Felix says, it's just like trying to ban the internet or even crypto. Only countries like China are able to get away with that.
Yeah, I feel like it's not gonna go away. It's like one of those revolutionary things. It's like, it reminds me of when we went, and this is way more advanced, but it reminds me of when there was a huge uproar with photographers when they started bringing in digital cameras and doing digital cameras, and then to cell phone cameras, and now you don't like a lot of, like, you don't need to necessarily, like, I still would hire professional photographers for certain things, but for the most part you can do it yourself now. And I remember when that was first being transitioned, a lot of photographers were extremely upset with this technology, and it's taking away from them and
their jobs. Yeah.
And unfortunately, the photographers that didn't adapt and didn't learn Photoshop and didn't get digital, they get left behind. And for sure, I mean, I don't know how this is going to be incorporated, like AI, with what we're going to be doing, but I'm learning about it. I'm learning about what it is. It's different than like, I know, like, crypto when it came in. I actually don't know anything about crypto, but I feel like the AI generated content is going to affect like a lot of businesses. And
well, yeah, I mean, if you're a copywriter, if you're an email like marketing person, if you're a landing page design, I mean, it's services that we provide too. But I mean, you guys kind of know the stance that we take on these things. We're always about, like, it's not going to take away from us, because there's always so much more that we can create. Like, there's a limitless amount of creativity. So I don't feel like this is going to take away from my job or anything like that. Like, I don't think it's going to replace, actual face-to-face, one-on-one service-based providers who give a lot more value. It's not just here's the content, but it's about the experience of working with you. It's about what they learn along the way about marketing their business in working with you. It's about just having like a great experience. It's about there's just so much more. So I don't know. I'm not someone who's like, I don't feel scared that my job is, on
I don't feel threatened by it either, because there's still the human element that still needs to be met. And it reminds me of, like, let's say like a ClickFunnels software or a Kajabi software. When they're being marketed, they claim to solve all the problems of doing landing pages and stuff and creating courses and all that. But there's still people that need help, and it doesn't solve the problems. Well, it makes it easier, but it's still confusing, and there's still going to be people that don't get it. And so
there's a learning curve with it. So, like, as a client, if you don't want to even touch the software, you can't be bothered with it, there'll still be that client who just wants to give it to someone else to do, right? But there is a section of the marketplace that they'll just want to do it themselves because it's cheaper than to pay someone to write copy for, X, Y, Z.
What do you feel about that?
Adapt or get left behind?
Yeah,
I mean, when TikTok came out, let's just switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Everyone was saying that to us. Everyone's like, you got to jump on the bandwagon here. You're going to get left behind. There's so much growth behind this, so much funding. I still have no desire whatsoever to be on TikTok. And I don't feel like I'm getting left behind because I'm getting so much more from other platforms that I'm on.
I think that in that scenario, like the TikTok thing, if that was the only online social media platform that just came out,
exactly,
then yeah, I'd probably go on it. But because there's still other ones that are still good, then I didn't feel the need to go on it. But I feel like this one's a little bit different with the AI generated content. It's the first of its kind. This technology is the first of its kind.
I think that statement will be relevant to some people. Yes, you might get left behind if this is what you do.
I feel like that with the internet.
You need to be aware of it, right? But for some people, it might not even make a difference.
Like if you're a business, if you want to sell something, a physical product, art, this and that, I feel that if you are not online, you're going to be left behind. Like those people, like when you see artists on the street and they're doing like on the sidewalk and they have their art like laid out on the street and stuff. I'm always thinking in my head, they should have a YouTube channel. Where's their website? Like I don't see any of that. I just literally just see them trying to sell, one painting for $20 when they could film a video of themselves doing that painting and then having affiliate links and selling a course and like doing all these kinds of things. I'm always like, and they're super talented people. And in that case, I feel adapt or get left behind. It depends on the scenario.
Yeah. I mean, I generally don't like blanket statements because there's so many different scenarios.
Variables.
So many different variables. There's no way to stop this monster. People did not go back to the horse and buggy once the car was invented.
That's a good,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm sure many people were opposed to a metal vehicle that pumped out smoke,
Yeah. I mean, let's take that as an example because the automobile completely replaced the horse and buggy, right? So if the AI completely replaces, freelancers who are working on that type of content, businesses who provide this type of content, then we need to adapt. Yes, boy bands, as you say, adapt and get left behind. You got to come up with other services, other ways of providing value to the marketplace because if that's the only thing you do, then it could definitely affect your job. So how do we not allow it to steal our NFTs?
I don't know too much about the NFT world, but I do know that they have like a code to them, right? Like it's not just the image that you see, it's like the coding that makes it unique, right? Like that you have it in your NFT wallet or something. Like I said, I don't know too much about it, but it's not just the image that you see. If anybody knows more information about NFTs and how this will not allow
I'm not familiar with it either.
Unless you have to like literally steal it from someone's wallet, like the digital wallet to steal the NFT as I know about it.
Because there's a code associated with it.
Yeah, like some sort of number attachment. Like I said, I don't know much about it.
Braden says, if something's done by a human hand over weeks of time produces something that could be created by an algorithm in 3 minutes, are they worth the same? That's a really good question.
Like it is, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. The price is in the eye of the beholder. So if they see it, if they deem it as that, then I think,
it depends what
problem
the end user values most. If they value it as being, a one-of-a-kind human creation, like it, if they value that kind of creativity, then obviously it's not going to be worth the same to that person. If they just want, effective copy for an email, then it would be worth the same, right?
There was a logo designer who designs logos for really big companies. And he designs logos for like companies like Nike and stuff like that, where he'll charge like hundreds of $1,000s, possibly $1 million. And he was teaching a class, and Roland actually shared this video to me, and he was saying like, when a customer asks like, oh, how long did it take you to do the logo? And then so he says like, well, if it took me 5 minutes, what does that diminish the logo versus it took me, I don't know, a week to do? And what he tries to explain to the customer is the value of the logo that it's going to give you. And so it could have taken 3 minutes, but that logo that you now use for your branding makes you, millions of dollars. Was it worth that? And like the time, people like to, if it's shorter, it means it's like less valuable, but I don't necessarily see it that way.
You're seeing, like, again, it comes back to the end user, whoever's receiving that asset. How do they see that end asset that they're getting? Like, how do they value it? What use is it going to be? Because you're saying, in that sense, the process of getting that asset is irrelevant in a sense. I haven't used the course outline generator, Noelle. That's very cool. Is that what you use to help you as well? I know we worked on a course outline together, but maybe you could use that for future ones. I haven't even looked at that. I think it is. I think it just is. Inherently, it's neither good nor bad, but it can be used for illegal activity. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just taking it as it comes and seeing what happens with it.
Yeah. I think that's where something like NFTs have their value. They have identifiers of who exactly owns something. There you go. And it shows the
it's like on the blockchain, and you can see who owns it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So read it out.
Bottom line, it's taking away freelance jobs, and this will have a ripple effect to go out to the global economy. Yeah.
Well, we are living in a ever-evolving, changing world. I mean, my dad's about to turn 70 next in March, and when my parents were born, they were born in like small cities in the Philippines, and they didn't have electricity. Like my mom said, there was no electricity in the town that she was born, and they had to use lamps. Like they had to put oil lamps, and when it was dark, that was the end of your day, and you went to sleep. And so to think, where she came from there to the world now, it has changed so much.
Well, yeah.
And so what I'm trying to say is you got to be ready to change and evolve. Like this world is moving faster and faster, and it's neither good or bad. You got to just be like ready to
You have to
evolve.
Be ready to pivot. You have to pivot. This world and economy is fluid and is changing constantly. So as a result, you as a service provider, as part of that economy, as an employee or whatever it is, you have to evolve too.
You got to have the half full mindset. The glass is half full, not empty, and be like, okay, it is doing this. It is taking away freelance jobs. What can I do to survive and thrive?
Yeah.
Who will be responsible for the actions of it? I don't know. Who was the creator of this?
That is yet to be unseen. Hey, Roland, how's it going? White knuckle driving tonight. Oh no, I hate driving. I see roads too.
Yeah.
Drive safe.
Yeah. This also reminds me of Napster. That whole thing with Napster and music. Remember that whole thing? Like music was to be purchased on CD, DVD, and it was not digital. And I recently watched the Netflix about Spotify, and they reference a lot about Napster and how Napster kind of paved the way for Spotify, because Napster was a software that allowed people to download music for free, and everybody was using it. Everybody who had a computer that like I was using it when I was in grade 7, they were poor quality, and it took forever to download a song, but like literally everybody was doing it, and it's similar to that. And we have evolved, and then at first music artists were like, no, you need to buy our CDs and stuff, and now we all got Spotify, and they're getting paid through royalties, and it's all good.
So
right?
someone might take the fall in the interim, like you said, who will be responsible, because Napster did take.
Oh yeah,
some
I think the guy went to jail. Yeah.
But it completely changed the way music is consumed now.
Yeah.
So.
And
it's interesting.
It was a good show. I recommend watching the Spotify. It is in a different language, but they dubbed it. And
what language is it in?
I think Spotify was created in some country like the Netherlands, Switzerland, Ireland, around those kinds of countries. Yeah. Or Swedish. Or maybe it's Sweden, something like that, yeah.
I'm glad you're home. Oh, okay, yes. You're already home. That's good. That's good, Roland. Yeah, so GPT is free.
It's free.
That one's free.
It's free. Yes, it's free. Somebody launched it into the free, and then that's why
it's like open source.
Yeah, it's software. An open source basically, and people are taking that and doing their own thing with it.
Yeah.
Doubtful it will be taken down or banned. I feel like it can be banned in the strict countries.
China.
Like China. What software do most people use on Canva? So there's the one that we have called Jasper.
Jasper.ai is the one that I've played around with.
Chat GPT, apparently there's one on Canva.
Yeah.
Apparently Kajabi has one. So companies are integrating it into their softwares.
Yeah, Kajabi isn't like an AI tool just like Jasper is, but other platforms will start to adopt these AI features to add more value to their users, right? So I feel like we're going to start to see this on a lot of other platforms, not just, have an AI tool.
Facebook might even implement it on theirs.
Yeah, well, there's a ton of AI already involved with Facebook.
Implement it on adding new features. They always add new things.
Yeah. So with the help of ChatGPT, can we create a description for our YouTube channel?
Yes.
Yep.
And it's pretty good for that. So there are some topics. So I run a couple of clients' YouTube channels on topics that I'm not well versed in, mainly in real estate investing or DEI, which is
diversity. Diversity,
it's
something
and
inclusion.
Stuff to do with companies,
in diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, and so there's a feature on Jasper where it says help write YouTube descriptions, and it says, what's the title of this YouTube video? What's the keyword you're trying to rank for? And what tone of voice? I usually go with informative or informative and excited. And then it will pump out a 2-3 sentence description based on the information that I've given it. And for the most part, it's pretty good. I do need to delete some things or add some things, but for the most part, it pumps it out in 2 seconds. And it's been pretty helpful that way.
Yeah, there's templates in Jasper for a lot of different things, including YouTube descriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Cheeks.
Hey, Cheeks of Product Patrol.
How's it going in your world? I've received a notice about Shorts monetization agreement. Any comments on just approve it? I guess no choice to accept it.
Yes. So I saw that last night. I drank coffee way too late and it kept me up. And I was going on YouTube and I saw the notification, the new monetization agreement. Basically, you have to approve it if you want to get paid from YouTube. There's no let me ask to switch this out or something. You basically just have to click the I agree and then click accept and turn on monetization for shorts. We have done that on our channel, and I'm getting pretty excited because they're saying February 1st, you can now earn 45% of what YouTube gets from Google from ads, and they're going to be playing ads in between shorts now, which is going to be really interesting. I bet there's going to be like a whole flood of content creators, and I'm prepping shorts right now. I'm building my library of shorts to be able to release them when monetization fully happens.
Braden says, I'm hoping it will just evolve into a tool that would augment day-to-day living.
Yeah, I know, right? That's going to be crazy.
That's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Right?
It's crazy to think, like, you know, when my parents were born and the world that they live in now, and when things were so simple when they were young.
Yeah. We'll see a lot of stuff in our lifetimes too. Like, yeah, it's kind of exciting to see what's going to come. Just swear in the short cheeks that it won't be monetized.
Yeah. You just basically have to click
just
approve.
Turn it on.
Yeah.
Say I approve if you want the money. Does your emoji say you went shopping for a snowmobile and you blew it out? I love it. I know I always try to read the story behind the emojis.
Can it be helpful to create any type of website or solve an error, especially in Python? So there is a thing on there that, and people have been using it to write code and write content for websites. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to solve an error. Maybe it will. Maybe if you can get that error in the chat and then be like, solve this error I'm having.
So with the code, you can tell it to write code that does this function and it can spit it out. Python as well, PHP, or just HTML code? Do you know?
I'm assuming it can do all code because it's accessing the internet.
That's incredible. I'm pretty sure in the future it will do something like being able to solve an error.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, definitely you can write full-on pages of content for your website.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it to write features and benefits for the services when you're listing them on the website. There's so many different things you could do.
TikTok is spyware. Yes, I have heard that.
Yeah,
and I think the phone is spyware because it's literally listening.
Our smartphones are spyware. But a video of someone typing prompts onto a screen would be pretty short and less involved than a series of videos on creating it by hand. Are you referring to the YouTube descriptions, Braden?
Mm-hmm.
In terms of like typing out the description versus actually creating the videos? Cheek says, I was working on my ATV.
Oh.
Preparing for snow coming. I celebrated. I fixed it tonight. Just got it.
Nice.
There's the story.
The world is changing faster since COVID, I think. Yeah.
It feels that way. I mean, it feels like a lot of things have come out of COVID at the same time, right?
So, yeah.
Because everybody working from home, like the workforce is quitting at crazy rates.
I remember that, like, because when it was COVID,
yeah,
and we would say, you know, we're YouTubers, we make money online, and some people were like, okay, I get it, yeah, cool, not sure if I need it, and then some people were like, I'm a brick and mortar business, I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
Then COVID happened, and literally everything was closed, and people need to go online.
Yeah.
Now it's like, I need your services. I need to be online.
Yeah.
It's like it's not questioned now.
Yeah, because people see the value in it.
Yeah.
Right? It was, the value wasn't clear before, but now it very much is. So we're actually getting a lot of, I call it traditional business owners or professionals who have, you know, maybe they have their own practice, they're doctors or lawyers or accountants, and they're reaching out to us with, you know, oh, how do I get my content online? How do I create a course? I need
a website. It's crazy that people still don't have websites.
I do one-on-one consulting just online, like globally. Yeah, a lot of that stuff's happening now. So I think with that, Phil, comes like a whole wave of change, right? A whole wave of change.
Monica says, yes, I have a code and it's only to me. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Timothy says, all of this is prompting me to raise my art prices. Yeah, you know what? Because you do art by your physical hands, maybe because of all this and AI generated, that the price of human hand art is going to go through the roof.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like way more rare, and it's like, it's going to drive the price of that. That'll be interesting.
Not just the fact that human hand created it.
Yeah.
But you're allowing your audience to be a part of that creation with what you're doing on your YouTube channel, Timothy. Like they're literally seeing that art being created before their eyes. So again, this is part of your value, the experience that you're creating for people who purchase your art. There's so many different ways that in itself is adding value that the AI cannot add at all. So yeah, that's definitely, one benefit that can come out of that.
Changes will always create new opportunities. That's what all these big players are saying. They're saying not to get scared and to look for the opportunities, because there is going to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
Despite all the fear that's going to be spewed out.
Sadly, people using lamps is still a reality for a lot of the world. A YouTuber called Technology Connections does some videos about it.
What lamps? What do you mean?
Like just regular lamps.
Oh, like to light your video?
I think not just for videos, but you mean like as opposed to LED lights, or just like a different, more up-to-date lighting rather than like a bed lamp. At least that's how I'm reading it, Brayden. I might be totally wrong. Liette says AI will never replace the human touch.
Yes.
Does not provide the love that a freelancer puts into his or her work.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's still gonna.
Great point.
If you got the human touch and you got really good service, above and beyond service, it'll still that'll be.
That's what I mean. Yeah, valuable. That's the value. That's the experience that you're creating. But for a freelancer who just gets, like, for someone on, let's say, some freelancers on Upwork or Fiverr, they just get the order and they spit it out. It's not going to be, there's no experience there. There's not much value there. It's just the output. And then the AI will replace that.
Yeah.
It does replace that.
And I'll just say, even though things might be getting replaced, like, Timothy's saying, like, art, like the, hand painted art. We recently did something for our clients, which we will reveal later on. We did an old school marketing tactic. Rather than a full-on digital thing, we went 1990s, old school, traditional marketing. And because things like that, because people don't do that anymore, it's now become more valuable.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so, there are pros and cons to things getting blown over and left in the dust, is you can go back to it because people are like, oh, that's a rare form, right?
Yeah.
We will reveal that later once the dust settles.
Well, it's not a surprise for some of you people.
Yeah, some of you already know
business.
Some of you already know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You are both Philippians. Just
She's
me.
a Philippian.
Filipino. I'm like, wait, what? I am Filipino. That is, my parents were born in the Philippines. But I was born in Canada.
I was born in South Africa, but I have my mom was born in Egypt, my dad was born in Morocco, and so it's like a bit of North and South Africa there.
Vin says, whoa, I'm surprised you're talking about AI stuff. Yeah, well, it's it fell into our business. Like we're using it, we're testing it out.
And I mean, it's applicable to all of us as content creators.
Yeah.
I think, you might start to see some videos on the channel. I mean, I don't have anything planned yet because I'm still, playing with it and seeing, how can we make the most of this in a way that's legal, of course. but yeah, it's going to affect the way that we create content and provide value on social media, the way that we represent ourselves online. There's so many different topics around this AI that's blowing the internet apart, dividing the internet.
Shout out to Timothy for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. For joining in the discussion. We love hearing all your thoughts, and it's a good hot topic right now.
Yeah, this has created a great discussion. I love hearing all of your guys's, opinions on the matter, and just, what you think about the topic. And I'd love to come up with more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you guys want us to talk about other things, typically we like to stay away from political stuff, but anything in the realm of entrepreneurship and stuff, feel free to put that in the chat.
AI is like how you can buy pillows that have tails that wag, but I'd never replace my dog with one.
Oh my god.
Raiden, you have a lot of singers tonight. I love it. You're on fire.
I haven't seen those pillows with the tails.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it will be a paid service soon, because they want people to see the value in it, right? They want people to get hooked on it and use it.
Well, Jasper's paid. And
Jasper is paid, yeah.
Yeah. We actually got Jasper before we heard of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Library of shorts, a closet of shorts, or drawer of shorts, library.
All of the above. I just love it. My logo on the channel and my chain also went shopping today, but I'm always shopping.
Yeah, you've always got to be shopping because you're product patrol.
That's your job, cheeks. Entrepreneurs who learn and apply this early are going to win big.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, is there's people already creating courses on this, like how to use AI to make money, like in all different areas. Like you can use this to do websites, or like it's hard to, it's so vast, it's hard to pinpoint sometimes because you can literally use it for anything.
Yeah, I mean, that, like, the early adopters of this kind of software and people who understand AI, of course, they're going to benefit from it, because a lot of other people are not going to, they don't know what's going on with the AI, or they maybe they see it, but they don't want to jump on board just yet. They don't want to learn it. But, there's going to be like the late people that come in the game, they don't know how to use it. And so those early adopters are there to kind of, they're being positioned for that, right? To help and provide value to those people.
Braden said the lamps your mom and dad had to use, Jewel. The oil lamps. I'm like thinking the IKEA lamps or something.
I was thinking like those traditional lamps where you pull on it. I guess it's not that old. But I just don't use them.
Oh my god. What is watch page ads on YouTube earn from ads and YouTube Premium on the watch page? Yeah, so they're changing the lingo on YouTube now. They're calling I thought that too. So to get paid from like your videos, they're calling it watch page ads. And they're now making it more known that you will get paid from YouTube Premium, whereas before you were always getting paid from YouTube Premium, but now they're like putting it in the text and calling it, it's basically going to stay the same, but they're just naming things differently, and they're introducing shorts to the mix. That's pretty much what I got from it.
It would probably be valuable to have a glossary of all those terms, so people know what everything means. The art is tangible. You can hold it and display it anywhere you like. Yeah, as opposed to like a digital piece of art, or that adds value to it too.
Smash the like button.
Yeah, we got
the thumbs up.
Hit the thumbs up, guys. I don't know. We saw this thing and we're like, this is cool. We need to put this.
From Michael's Craft Store.
Yeah.
Can ChatGPT provide us with copyright-free images? So I don't know, because that's the whole debate. Because
we don't know if it's copyright.
it is taking from
Copyright-free.
copyrighted stuff and creating like a new thing. So is that like copyright free because it melded all of them together? I have no idea.
Yeah. It's a very loaded question.
Or it makes a video written by AI without editing it. That would be funny.
I don't see myself doing that.
I think you can do it as a test.
What I would do is probably I would test using AI to write a video outline, because I don't go off of scripts anyways. I go off of an outline that I write up, and then I go and film it. So whatever comes out of my mouth is what the video ends up being.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would use it similar in that sense, where the AI provides the structure, and then I just kind of go off of, because it's just, for me, I'm able to be more
conversational.
More authentic, more conversational, more casual, rather than being, sometimes scripts can make me too formal and like rigid. So, and that's not something that I want to come across as. That's cool. I was watching a podcast with Casey Neistat. His wife was born in South Africa, and his father is a doctor, moved to Texas to be a doctor because of the craziness happening in Africa. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why we moved to Canada. Just the instability with what was happening there. But we've been here like for a while. We moved from South Africa to Canada in 95. So I was about 10 years old, 9 or 10. And we moved to Toronto first. We lived in Ontario for a year and then came to Vancouver.
Yeah, Casey often does many vlogs from South Africa, and it's so cool. He's always surfing.
Oh, it's beautiful there.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful country.
Okay. Someone had ChatGPT code a simple app to compute gross profit margin. Yeah, it's really endless what you can do with it, and it's wild to think about. Okay. Timothy says, I agree, there is only one Mona Lisa.
Brayden says there's more than one Mona Lisas.
Boy Bands is loving the conversation. Yeah, let us know if you want us to discuss on other topics. This is a little bit of a different style here.
Roland wants you to pull out the mug that you're using. What is that? I
have two mugs.
Yeah. What is this?
Oops. This is the CF Moto Side Rider, which is now changed to Fanatical Side Rider.
Which is why
this has a lot more. This has water in it, and this has like a fruit. I don't know. It's not juice.
Oh, remember this?
It's sugar-free. This was made by Timothy. So I have two mugs going on. Authenticity will become more rare after this, which can be used to your benefit, right? Even being authentic as a person is more valuable because so many people are fake on social media, right?
Yeah.
Because now the whole thing is like, people on Instagram and whatever, everybody's, leading that fake life. And so when you can be real and be, a nice person and stuff and give good quality service to people and provide value, then you will rise to the top.
It all depends on what your market values. Like they market authenticity, if they value authenticity and just realness and rawness. Some people don't care about that, to be honest. Some people just want to see the beautiful images, the fake images. They want to see, just give me the output, give me what works, I'm going to implement, that's it, run and done. They don't really care. So yeah, it really just all depends on the market.
It's a collectible for sure. I drink out of it all the time. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining in the topic, a hot topic, AI generated content.
This is a really, really cool discussion to have with all of you. So thank you so much for participating in it. Thank you to those of you who are just cruising by, listening, also watching the replay. Thank you so much for just being here this evening with us. So we'll be back again next Thursday, 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. Eastern for the next live stream. So hope to see you there. Bye for now.
Timothy, love the conversation.
Yeah, likewise.
This reminds me of a trending topic in homesteading genre, There are fake homesteads. People rent land, animals, and make
Ooh,
videos.
I did not know that. Interesting.
Wow, that is crazy.
Yes, there's a fake everything.
Well, this one actually went overtime.
It happens sometimes.
Yes.
Bye, everyone. Till next time.
Bye, bro.
Bye, bro. Bye.